All right, so how's everybody doing today? How many people do we have here so far? It looks like we got about 20 people that are here. And we got, I believe, 2 people that are over on Rumble. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Late night video. No, so this is a stream. So the live stream today, apparently there's an AMA that I wanted to prepare for. It's not me. Like I saw some comments that were going through asking me if I'm going to interview Richard Teng. I'm not interviewing him. But there's an AMA that's supposed to be for 8 a.m. UTC, and that's about an hour from now. I subbed to you today. Well, thank you for subbing. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Burn already happened. How much was the burn? Binance will never stop their burns due to their social media commitments. 3.9 billion. Let's see. Let me go to, where am I going to in order to kind of figure that out? For some reason, I don't know exactly where I'm going, but let's see if Lunac is running after seeing something like that. So currently, Terra Luna Classic is sitting around the same point, but I do want to look at metrics. That's not it. Lunac burn metric. Lunac burn. There we go. Lunac burn tracker. And looking at a recent burn that will happen. Give me a second. Let me look at Binance burns. And we'll see the burn that has happened. So 3.9 billion that has happened. So was that earlier this morning that we saw this happen? That's fantastic. Could I like change the, I mean that's fine. What we have here is perfectly fine. We have 94 people here, guys. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell for more of these videos. Also, if you guys are on Rumble, feel free to go ahead and hit that subscribe button over there, hit that follow button over there. If you don't know of what's going on or what Rumble is, Rumble is another video service platform. And let me go ahead and share that video service platform with you guys so you know what I'm talking about. But we got 100 people that are here, which honestly is surprising for 2 a.m., right? Here we go. We'll pin that. All right. Let's see what's happening today. So burn already happened. Binance will never stop. 3.9 billion. Does this new CEO have a crypto history? So from what I don't really remember off the top of my head what the crypto history is, but I believe so. I see Prime on the background. Did you watch the Dallas Seattle game? I didn't. I saw some highlights of it, but I had to catch just a little bit of sleep. At least 0.0005 is still okay. We start from there. You're the best. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. Heard after 3 years that CZ would be able to reinstate as CEO. Where'd you hear that? Do you have that in writing? Hey Matt, appreciate the videos. I came late to the live. Any new info of the burn rate today? So the burn rate, just to go over the info, so yes, there has been a burn already. Let me close this. There has been a burn that already happened today on 12/1/2023. We can see that the burn is 3.9 billion coins that has been burned off for Terra Luna Classic. Literally, you're looking at last like 3 months combined in the amount of burns. This is absolutely huge to be able to see that much that has burned off. Classic. Let me see. Binance. 3.9 billion Lunic today. We'll change that to that. And I wish I had like a thumbnail that I can add. But thank you guys for being here. We got 112 people that are here. I don't know if we have any people that are over on X, honestly. But if you are on X, thank you guys for watching. We got 4 people that are watching, 5 likes. Feel free to hit that like button. Yeah, but we'll continue with this. The AMA is supposed to start, which we don't have like a spaces that's like a set a reminder type of thing. Typically they have that. So I guess it's just gonna start when it starts, and we will do what we can do. We'll see what we can see, and say what we can say. But yeah, I wanted to maybe bring up this and look at the 3.9 billion that has burned off and change that. No, 3.9 billion. 3.9 be a billion. Yeah, I really don't have a spot for it. Yeah, I really don't have a spot for it. We'll just go with that. We'll keep the same thumbnail. Still not enough. It's a lot, but to get back to reasonable supply, Matt, you think Lunic is wait. So Matt, you think is Lunic and CRO still a good price range to buy? Yeah, I would agree that I think that they're still a good price to buy, but you have to make sure that you understand that the long term is where we stand, right? You have to understand that it's not about just the short term play. Now, if you want to make a short term play, just don't think that you're going to sit here and see 20x in a matter of a day. Come on, I need to sneeze and it's not coming out. Um, You think you'll get a chance to ask questions? I mean, maybe. The only thing I really want to know is if we're going to see the burns continue, and obviously if he addresses that, to see if the burns continue through 2024. Because if we're going to see major movement, like this is just a small sign. If you notice the volume and everything that we've seen within Terra Luna Classic, all of the burns that we're seeing there, comes from the fact that the last week or so has been massive for Terra Luna Classic, right? And it's really only been a week. Imagine when we see an entire month to where things are growing by, multiple hundreds of millions of dollars per day, or even billions of dollars per day. Yes, you're going to have a decent amount that goes through on-chain activity, but off-chain activity is still going to be massive, and 30%, maybe even more than that, is going to flow through Binance. So if we can find a way to have Binance and a lot of other places do these burns, we could potentially see Terra Luna Classic burn down this supply a lot faster than we think. Literally, we were just sitting at 5.8 trillion, 5.83 trillion. We're now at 5.8 flat trillion. Sorry. My nose is starting to get stuffed as I talk. Did Cristiano Ronaldo faces $1 billion lawsuit over Binance ad? Why? Yeah, so we got 145 people that are here. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Again, we're going to be going on, not live with Richard Teng, but we're going to be going on the live AMA. So I'm not, just to clear things up, like I'm not interviewing Richard Teng, the CEO of Binance, but we are going to be able to go through this spaces that they will have, and that should be about 3 o'clock. So just over 40 minutes from now, like 42 minutes from right now. Are you still holding? Am I still holding my Terra Luna Classic? Yes, I still hold my Terra Luna Classic. I have 57 million. I haven't done anything with it. I've been gaining more and more that we have that staked over here. So I have about $3,377 that's staked. But then I also have 1,371 that's undelegated right now. So that most likely will be added to my overall wallet in the end. So yeah, that's what I'm holding. Thanks a lot. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that. And I don't know what you're saying. Keep what in mind? Did I answer? Did I answer something? Because I tend to answer things fast, and I can't remember what the question was. We burned almost 5 billion this week. I know, it's huge. Matt is dedicated. That's why he's the best. Well, thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. Matt, bro. On this rate of burn, it will approximately take 100 years to get even close to 25% of the previous value. Am I right or am I wrong? Please share your views if you can. So understand this, right? As you see all the things that are developing, right? As you start to see the bull market flourish, and hopefully we see the burns continue, we're going to see multiple layers of this. We'll see the on-chain burns, which happen in, a matter of, let's say, it'll be 300,000 or $1 million per day that we end up seeing go through that and burn off a decent amount of Terra Luna Classic. Then you may have. Give me a second.
Thanks a lot. I'll keep that in mind.
You'll see another thing that you'll see is you'll see the off-chain side of it, right? So what has happened with Binance and different maybe exchanges that decide to get on board with doing these burns. And just with this alone, like you're seeing, yes, it 3 billion or 4 billion, it would take so long in order to burn down the entire supply. Um, but as time goes on, we may see this at a level of 10 billion or 20 billion, or if we see even more than that, where we see a crazy amount of volume that flows through in the form of multiple billions of dollars, then we start to look at even higher levels of, tens or hundreds of billions that end up getting burned off. And once we start to see that, really, once you see 100 billion, you only need 10 months for that to happen. That could be a year, and it takes off about a trillion, right? Now, that still would tell you that you would need, 6 years for that to happen, right? 7 years for that to happen. But who really knows how strong that's going to be? Also, who really knows if Binance will completely support burns, right? This is only 50% of the transactions. Imagine if it was 100%. That's what a lot of people don't understand, is that it could be that. Now, is it? No, it's not. But we will see. Happy Caddy had a video of another repeg plan. I'm Commonwealth that doesn't rely on exchanges. CZ also faces a max of 10 years in prison. I'm a mess. I mean, sometimes. Matt, it's like 3-year probation period for CZ Binance. Is going to have an independent organization scrutinizing it for the next 3 years. CZ isn't allowed to be the CEO during this time. That's true. Can't forget people staking. That will increase the overall over time, in my opinion. That will increase price, even if it's temporary at times. I agree. Watching from the Philippines. Well, thank you for watching. I appreciate that. We got 143 people here. If you haven't had a chance to hit the like button, please do so. It does help out the channel, helps out growth, just everything. So I appreciate you guys for taking the time, and just being here. And the people that are on X, the people that are on Rumble, again, thank you. I'm definitely congested right now. Let's look at the crypto market really quick. Give me a second. Let me get out of Coinbase over here. So if we look at what the crypto market is doing, and we can go into my Kraken portfolio as well, as long as it is good, it is live, which it does look like it is. But I'm telling you, that Kraken portfolio, it's been phenomenal. So currently the crypto market is at a $1.43 trillion market cap, seeing Bitcoin's dominance decrease below the 52% level. Bitcoin up to 38.2 or 38.3. Ethereum at 2100. Both of them are up a decent amount. Ethereum up 3%, while Bitcoin's up 1.25%. XRP is up to 61 cents. Fantastic to see that after making my recent investment into XRP, but I want to see that go a lot further. Solana sitting at 61 cents or $61. Cardano closing in on that 40-cent mark, but it's still at 38 cents. Dogecoin up at about 8.4 cents. Let's look at some bigger movers. What has moved in the top 100? Celestia is up about 15%. I have that. HNT is also up 9%. Polkadot is up 6%. Avalanche up 6%. And so on and so forth. You see things that are slightly increasing, as well as FTX and the graph and things of that nature. If we look at things that are falling right now, only a few things that are falling. We do see that Terra Luna Classic is technically on a turning down. Will see this start to pick up. We'll check the chart in a little bit. Also, you see Terra Classic USD down about 4%, 4 or 5%. ApeCoin that's down 1%. Mina that's down about 1%. And I'm sure we'll see them turn around, especially with the larger news, seeing Binance's burn of 3.9 billion coins. Now, if we go over to the tracker, again, breaking this down, 3.9 billion coins that have been burned off for Terra Luna Classic in this last month, which is absolutely huge, absolutely massive. And I can't wait to see what this ends up being in the end. Like how many burns we get, or how much we see in burns maybe for the next month and the next month. And I just want to get clarity that we are going to see this continue for and into 2023, or sorry, into 2024 and past 2024. That's what I want to see. Most folks nowadays don't want to work with the public, especially at night. You know, we can hardly anyone willing to work the evening shift. I hear you. So is this a late night stream or a super early morning stream? I guess both. Right, Matt, did you hear about Gala, the new roadmap by the end of the year? Sorry, I can't even see this. And a new token rollout. I heard something, so I saw some interest in Gala. I just didn't actually pay it too much attention. I currently have Gala version 1 on Coinbase, and I can't do anything with it at the moment. I did see that you had the ability to at least access trying to send it, but I don't know if you have the ability to send it anywhere. So I haven't checked into it. But the last time I actually tried, I couldn't do it. Do you know why Binance US doesn't list Luna? I don't. Mainly because you probably have a majority of the activity that's over in on just the standard Binance side. And if you have so much there, you have to manage the liquidity. Just like with Jasmy Coin. Jasmy Coin has a lot of popularity on Binance, even though they added them to the innovation zone and everything. Jasmy Coin had a lot of popularity on Binance, delisted on Binance US. All of that liquidity ended up moving over to Binance. I work nights at Amazon. Pays good. That's great if it's going to pay you. Does Lunic have a 6 trillion market cap? Lunic does not have a 6 trillion market cap. No. All right. So yeah, we saw about 3.9 billion that has been burned off. I did want to go into my Kraken portfolio because we're almost at we're over $900. We're almost at $1,000 for our Kraken portfolio. We've invested no more money into this, right? We did end up taking some money out of certain plays and putting it into other plays. So the graph, we put more money into that. That is recently up. We see Star Atlas that is up from, I believe, a level of $5. I'm pretty sure. Or it might be a little bit more than that. Oh, yeah. Wait. We started out with $2, basically $5. And then about, let's just round it up, let's say $8. So we invested $8 and it turned to a value of $28. So ultimately, I can technically take maybe a portion of this, but I'm going to leave this in here and let it run. Currently, Star Atlas, let me check what the market cap is. Currently, it's at $134 million market cap. I believe that these things have a lot more growth and can grow a lot further. So we will see. Anchor Coin, I currently have $23 worth, and I think that can go a lot further. I also have more over on Coinbase, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, it's up to $932. This was a $517 investment in this portfolio, and it's almost up to $1,000, almost doubled in value. That's insane, isn't it? I want Richard to say, I love what they're doing over at Lunic, and I'm increasing the burns. I would love for him to say that. That's something that I do want to, so I don't really have to question if we're going to see that burn today, because typically that comes at like 8 o'clock. The fact that it came early this morning and is already here at 2:30 a.m. is absolutely fantastic. Anybody that's here on X, feel free to comment away. Are you sleepy? Am I sleepy? I mean, I'm a little tired. I had like maybe 2 hours of sleep. I do have to drive 2 hours later today, because Erica and I are going away for a little bit. The market cap of all of the gold in the world is 13 trillion. So what are you saying? Are you saying that 6 trillion supply? So yes, it has 6 trillion supply, but understand that this 6 trillion supply is going to continue to burn down. We will have massive amounts of burns, not only the Binance burns, but also the burns that come from the burn portal, or sorry, not the burn portal, the burn tax. That's what I meant to say. The burn tax. So top burners, if we look at the top 100 Lunic burners, we're going to see that Binance has burned 43.6 billion. If you guys want to check this out, guys, go show lunicmetrics.com some love. Go show them some love on Twitter. Go show them some love on their website. Just go show them some love overall, because we would like to make sure that they can maintain this, because maintaining something like this obviously costs time and money to be able to do this. Feel free to go and support them by following them and just using their tracker, going on the website, using their tracker. Definitely go ahead and do that. But Binance, 43 billion. You're going to see a DF Lunic protocol at about 4 billion. You have Lunatics token that's at 2 billion, MEXC that's at 1 billion, right? So I believe we've seen a lot more. I don't know where's this isn't the burn tax. The burn tax burned more than that. Are they actually breaking it down? I thought the burn tax burned more than that. I thought it was like multiple, like tens of billions that it has burned. So I don't know where that is, but that's definitely a portion of it. And that's like a standard burn, right? That's something that happens through smaller transactions. You own Anchor Coin too? Yes, I own about $500 worth. So if we go over to my Coinbase portfolio, I have $18,500 in here. I did transfer some from crypto.com, or technically the DeFi wallet. I transferred my Cosmos. So I had about $600 in Cosmos over there, and I transferred that over here. So I have Jasmine, I have Cardano, Krillcoin, Harvest Finance, XRP, Shiba Inu, Cosmos, Anchor. I have 530 of that, and Gala, sitting at 250, API 3, and so on and so forth. Now I also have, let me go back here. I also have Grok, which I don't know what the value is right now. Currently sitting at $453 at the current moment. I like Grok. I like what they're doing. I don't know if I truly have gone all in on that position yet, but I know that I think that does have a massive future, especially, seeing how much volume goes through there with only, a certain amount of markets that you have. You do have like tier 2 exchanges, but no S tier, tier 1 exchanges. If Bitcoin goes as high as Kathy and Sailor say it will, then I think 1 cent Lunic is possible. Yeah, I mean, that's a $58 billion market cap. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. If was a higher tax rate, but I think we're at 0.5%, not 100%. Lunic is going to a 30 billion plus market cap next year. I like to hear it. That's what I like to hear. If you want what I think will be short-term play, GFY. What up, Peter? I appreciate you staying up late to deliver content and answer questions. I mean, I'm always here. I love doing this. Like it's not a job for me. Like I understand um people will like I'll talk to Erica and I'll be like, "Oh, I have to stay up today or do this today." And to be like, "No, I don't really want that to happen. I don't really want you to do that cuz sleep down here for like maybe 2 hours or so, get a little bit of sleep and then start moving, start on my day." I love doing this. Like I love working on YouTube. I love being able to create content. I love being able to go through certain things. Um, and investing is I would say everybody's dream to at least like you put money into a place and watch it grow and picking the right things to make sure that that grows and not being overly aggressive to where you lose like everything. Um, Life WC, thank you for the $2 super chat. Still don't know why there's a massive delay between, the time of sending the super chat and when they read it. But whatever. I have $500 invested trying to get 1K worth of it. Worth of what? You gotta continue that. You're trying to get 1K worth of Anchor. I would like to have 1K worth. I have $500 worth, and I think a good amount, especially at these levels, is definitely $1,000 worth. You'll be looking at what two. I don't really know exactly how much you'll be looking at because right now I have 500 and it's currently at a value. Let's go back to Anchor. I have 20,000, so adding another 500, I would have about 40,000 coins overall. I would have $1,000, 40,000 coins. Getting to a level of $1, I think, is a piece of cake for Anchor, and that would be $40,000 for this play. And I think it can go a lot further, but seeing it at that level of $1 will give you that comfortability to take your well over your initial investment. You know, because you have 40,000 coins, and 40,000 coins at $1 is $40,000. I only
Life
invested
WCH
$1,000.
donated $2 through Super Chat. I have $500 invested trying get 1K worth of it.
Yeah, I don't understand. This is acting up. Thank you for letting me know. I This is acting up, and Streamlabs is like cutting off the sound. I guess I had this open too long. So I always like mute it whenever I have the desktop audio that comes on. But for some reason, it I unmuted it, but it didn't click to actually mute it. So I pressed it, and I don't know, it was just weird. But thank you for letting me know. But yeah, what I was saying was that we burned about 4 billion coins today. Not just 3 billion, 4 billion. Can you sell Lunic on Kraken in the US? Yes. So I could go to Terra Luna Classic over here. I actually have a little bit of Terra Luna Classic in my wallet here. So you can go on Kraken and you could buy it if you want to. You can sell it if you want to. You can do anything that you want with Terra Luna Classic on Kraken. No sound on YouTube? Do you not have sound right now? Can everybody hear me? We do. We do hear you? Yes. The price is dropping now because of the 4 billion probably. No, the price is dropping right now. We will see that start to react. So typically, we'll see a reaction within 3 to 5 in the morning. So let me go over to Terra Luna Classic. Let me see where we are currently, and we'll start to see this reaction of what's going to happen overall. So if we look at where the price is right now, yes, the price has dropped heavily from where we were at 140 to where we are now. Let me show you guys. So yeah, the price has dropped off. So from about 12 a.m. all the way until now, it's dropped off pretty heavily. And I don't know exactly when that burn happened. What was the time frame? But yeah, it's definitely dropping off right now. Matt, how come only 4 billion was burned? What do you mean? How come only 4 billion was burned? That's a lot. So there's typically what you get out of it, as we've seen hundreds of millions of dollars that were going through it, and you look at a certain percentage of that goes through Binance, where you only have like what 30% or something. If we look at the last, let's just look at the markets and let's see kind of this breakdown a little bit for Binance. You can see 30%, 38%, 40 plus percent that's going through there. 50% of the fees for spot and margin trading, you end up having that burned off. But it's only 50%. It's not 100%. Thanks for the amazing coverage. No problem. Isn't that the same as the previous time when we were fully invested in the Burns mat? Isn't what the same as the previous time? We've seen, so when we were seeing a lot of volume that were going into Terra Luna Classic, we started seeing multiple billions of coins that were burning off every month. Now, more recently, as you look at the previous burns, so let's go to this, which is lunicmetrics.com. You see that you have the 3.9 billion that has been burned off. If you look at the previous month, so on the 1st of November, you burned off 760 million. So you're literally looking at, well over 4 times what this burn actually was, which is phenomenal to see. That is a massive increase, especially as all the volume we did see. I would love to be able to track the volume to see exactly how much we did have, but that's absolutely massive. I don't know exactly when this is going to start, but we will make sure we keep track of this. No lie, I'm super excited for CRO and the bull market. So am I. I'm excited for a lot of things, honestly. There are so many different plays to where I feel like it's going to create not only like the generational wealth side, right? Or not only the larger form of wealth where we could potentially see multiple millions, but I don't necessarily fully care about that. What I care about is being able to get all of my good debt and bad debt and being able to pay that completely off. Not taking a lot of that and reinvesting, taking majority of it and finding a way to pay off my good and bad debt. That's what I'm really, really concerned about and what I want to do by paying off my mortgage completely, paying off our cars, paying off our student loans, things of that nature. I don't want to have those on my books anymore, and I want to make sure our expenses are very, very low. If we can manage our expenses being very, very low, that means that a lot of money that we have could go towards other forms of investing, whether it's dividend investing, whether it's cryptocurrency investing, or it doesn't really matter what it is. But I'm excited to see, what that could be in the end. So 2024 will be amazing. And if we can, see the growth of the YouTube channel as well in the form of revenue, that just makes things all the better, right? Because now that adds to the amount that I'm paying off for my mortgage, for for our student loans and stuff like that. Speaking of that, I believe I have to pay off Erica's student loan completely this month. Should be 15 minutes left and it starts. Yeah, we're waiting around, just waiting for that to happen. I don't really have any headphones, so hopefully we don't have any type of lag or sound drag, I guess. What exactly is going on tomorrow? Major burns. So, what is going on tomorrow or today? So there already has been a burn today. They've burned 3.9 billion burns or 3.9 billion Terra Luna Classic. But today we see an AMA that's supposed to happen in the next 12 minutes with Richard Teng to see what hopefully he has it'll give us a different perspective on what's happening with Binance overall. But then it'll also hopefully break down what the plans are for Terra Luna Classic if we have a question related to that. And I don't know if he took like pre-planned questions. So we'll have to see. Hey Matt, was it Pepe that burned 6 trillion tokens? And and how come Lunic can't do that? So Pepe did burn 6 trillion tokens. Those tokens were actually set aside for something else. I can't remember exactly what it was at that moment, but those tokens were actually set aside. So it was something that was held. The reason why Terra Luna Classic can't do that is because nobody owns that much besides Binance. Binance could go out and go, all right, I want to, like Binance owns like 2 trillion. They could say, I want to burn 2 trillion, but technically they would be throwing away their own money that they spent on it. Now, if they were able to profit from it, which technically they could, from the place that they bought at, or the level that they bought at to even where we are right now, they're still up on that investment. So they could technically take their initial investment and take whatever's left and burn that off if they really wanted to. However, that's taken away from what they have gained from Terra Luna Classic and making KuCoin maybe that much stronger, right? Or making Kraken that much stronger because they're not looking to burn anything that they hold. But what we can do is as we go through standard transactions, if we really want to, we could see those burns that happen. So Pepe burned off a lot because they had that in some sort of reserve or some sort of like, let's just call it like a banking area to where it was a holding area. And once that came about to where they didn't really need it anymore, they can burn 6 trillion, but they're not going to do that again. They're not going to be able to burn 6 trillion. I think they still have like 3 trillion left, so they could burn that many, but that's also out of the entire supply that they do have. For Terra Luna Classic, you've already burned off over 1% of the supply with everything that's happened in the last year or so. Is Pepe a good buy? I haven't looked at Pepe today, so we'll have to take a look at that. We might see a bounce off of some of these low levels for Terra Luna Classic. We'll have to wait and see. But let me take a look at Pepe really quick. I mean, Pepe is still at a decent price. I would love to see it a lot lower, at a level of a $300 million market cap, but you might not end up seeing that because currently it's sitting at, a $450 million market cap. In the last month, it's down by 3%. In the last year, it's up by 1,829%. So from this lower level here, we saw this push up. It did drop down to this level, which was a $200 million market cap. That would have been kind of the best place to buy, but you still have a lot of potential, a lot of room to run for this position as well. So I would say it's a decent price to buy. I still have like $100 or $200 worth of Pepe, something like that. So we are seeing the overall market cap actually increase. Again, Terra Luna Classic is down by quite a bit, but we might see that bounce, and hopefully we do, especially with the burns that have happened. Usually the burns create more of a bullish momentum into Terra Luna Classic and everything that is involved in. So we will see if that continues in that manner. We have about 7 minutes until this AMA happens or starts. So we will see. Give me a second. I wanted to... No, I don't want to do that. Why did I do that? I added another thing. The heck is going on here? I wanted to go to X so I can post about the burn, man. Binance. Billion. Let me bold that. There we go. And we post it. Would be nice to burn 7 trillion of Luna. Yeah, of course. But we're not burning that right now. Let's not forget to hit the like button. Yeah, we got 164 people here. We got 92 likes. So definitely find a way to hit that like button. It does help out the channel, helps out growth, just everything. So I appreciate you guys for being here. This is a live AMA. From as far as I know, it's a live AMA, yes. And it would be 8 a.m. UTC, but it's 3 a.m. for us. Or for me at least, and it might be even like 1 a.m. or 12 a.m. for some people, and some people it might be a completely different time. Why is Lunic going down when Binance burns are going to happen? So Binance burn has already happened. It's we see 3.9 billion that has been burned off. We're seeing a pullback. It's 4 p.m. for you. So that's prime time. That's in the middle of the day. But Binance burn has already happened. We most likely, I believe that we will see a bounce, especially with that burn that we have had and how big that news usually and how bullish it usually is. So we will see, because the entire market, and it'll eventually play catch up with the market because the market is very positive. 1.44% for the entire market. Bitcoin up to 38,000, Ethereum up to 2,100. So yeah, it probably will play catch up to the market, and you'll see this bounce off of a lower level, but it may be giving you an opportunity up late or up early, both. Up late and up early. I hope Luna can bounce. I think it will. But that's just, my opinion here. Again, it's not 100% confirmed. We got 10 people on Rumble. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Get me up to, a level of 10 likes. That would be fantastic. Also, if you guys want to follow me on Rumble, feel free to follow me on Rumble. That link is in the chat. And anybody on X, if you want to comment on this live stream, feel free to do so. I have the chat up as well over there. Jesus Coin is on fire. I've been hearing so much about this position, and it's just random spots, right? It's not like, hey, let's go ahead and look at this. It's always like a comment saying, let's look at this position that comes up. And I've seen a couple of, Twitter accounts that talked about it. USTC repeg. Will it happen? And time prediction. So I don't know. There's so many different like proposals and so many different things that have been said about repegs. And I would love to see it happen. I truly would. But I think, in my opinion, I believe the repeg should only happen when we know that Terra Luna Classic can support USTC. I think we need to find a way to decrease that supply for USTC as well, so that we can basically say we don't need to spend $9 billion in order to fund that, in order to get it all the way back up to a peg state. So I think that while yes, we can see a repeg, I would like to see it a lot later on. Lunic to $1 tomorrow. We did it. Jasmine CRO Lunic, all day, every day. I'm right there with you. Guys, again, keep hitting that like button. We got 170 people here. We're gonna be going through this AMA in just a little bit. Let me refresh to see what's happening here. So they are already in the space. Let's start listening, and we're gonna jump in here. So Binance did a USTC burn on the 15th of October. Why am I blanking? I believe there was a burn, I'm blanking on exactly what we had there. So not 100% right now. Binance already burned. They did. Yes, 3.9 billion. You could see that in my title. Let's start getting into coins with utility and use case. I mean, we're already in those. It's on the website you pulled up. Yeah, I know. It's right there. So 3.9 billion burn. They have done it. It's on the first. So we see that burn has happened.
I hope you're doing well. So welcome back to the Binance AMA series, and thank you for joining. So this one is going to be with our new CEO, Richard Teng, who will be joining very shortly. We're going to have Richard for somewhere between 30 and 45 minutes, and we'll approach it the same that we normally do. So if you've been here before, you already know. If not, I'll just tell you how it works very quickly. So we're going to try and fit in as many questions as we possibly can.
Please tell me if you hear it.
The 30 minutes. If you would like to ask a question, then raise your hand and you'll be put into the queue to come onto the stage. I will add people onto the stage. If you do get brought on, please make sure that you have your question ready and just keep your mic muted until I call your name. I will aim to go in order of when people are added to the stage as well, so you can just keep an eye on that when you do get added. And then when it gets to it, please just get straight to the question and be ready to ask it. Don't shill any projects or share any unnecessary details. This just helps us to be able to keep it smooth and efficient and allow as many people to ask their questions as possible. With that perfect timing, Richard's just joined. Hi, Richard. How are you doing?
Hi, Alex. Hi, everyone. Hope everybody is okay, having a good day.
Perfect. So we can get right into it. So, Richard, as a new CEO of Binance, how are you feeling? And could you share with us some of your immediate priorities?
Sure. Yeah, it's my first week into the job. I'm bullish for many reasons. But first of all, just let me thank all our users, right, for the overwhelming response, overwhelming support that they've given. It is certainly very heartening to see all this outpouring of support. I think that's very important because users at the heart of what we do. We are a very user-focused organization. We will continue the path ahead on that front to focus on what the users need. Right? Users remain the core of everything that we are doing, right? So we continue to invest in areas of security, in products, build a
Can't
very
really hear it.
sustainable platform for decades to come. So I just wanted to say that I'm optimistic and bullish for a few reasons, right? So as most of you know, there has been an overcast for the last 2 years in terms of the US investigation. And with the resolution, we have overcome that. It's a challenging period in terms of our corporate history. In the very early days, since we started in 2017, I think many of you know this, in the past 6 years. Since day one, things like user security, user funds, user protection, safety are sacrosanct. But in terms of compliance control, it was lacking in certain areas for the company that we quickly became. And we became the largest crypto exchange within 6 months of operations. So there were mistakes made, and we have now acknowledged those mistakes. We learn from those mistakes and we move on. We move on stronger as an organization, and we have a strong foundation to build on. Right? In the past week alone, I've been speaking to many users, our VIP clients, key institutions. And with this overcast gone, a lot of new partners are now approaching us very aggressively, which in the past they have been reluctant to do so, to form new alliances, partnership, to really support Web3, embrace, push ahead with investments. So those are key positives. And the industry remained very resilient, continue to grow. Our user base continue to grow. I mean, now today we have 166 million, and that figure continue to grow quite robustly. So that support, which is critical, that trust, which is critical, we'll hold dearly, and we will build for the future. I have 3 immediate priorities, and those will remain, I do think, evergreen over time because those are paramount to what we do. I have set it out in the blog. Firstly, is continue to be a user.
What happened? Something happened to the audio.
Led user focus organization and services, push ahead with use
Cut out for a little bit.
in terms of Web3, crypto, to really continue to develop the entire business and the ecosystem. Secondly, the direction of travel is very clear, right? So within crypto, you are going to see more regulations. You can't run away from that, right? Again, a lot of these are good for the industry because if you think about it, clarity of rules, clarity of user protection are good for the entire industry to make sure everybody is better off, right? We need everyone to play by the same standards, and that will bring about mass adoption. When I first started in crypto, I've already stated this, right? I said, if for mass adoption, for us to see mass adoption in crypto, you need 2 preconditions. Right? Firstly, you need clarity of rules. Right? That will allow players like ourselves clear guidelines on how to operate. Right? For the longest time, if you think about it, there was no clarity of rules. Crypto is a very nascent industry, it's a fast-growing industry, but rules and regulations have not really caught up. Even until today, you only have about 1/3 of global regulators.
Make sure you guys hit the like
regulating
button,
this
guys.
space.
Don't forget about
2/3
it.
are still not regulating, right? But with more and more regulators investing their time, energy, attention into this space, provide that clarity, it will provide the foundation for mass adoption. Today, crypto is only 5% of global adoption. If we manage to bring that up to 10, 20, 30%, everybody is much better off. The entire ecosystem is better off, the community is better off and stronger. So we need to work with regulators to bring that about.
They need to list CRO
The
and
other
VVS
third,
Finance.
the third
That might be a good
commitment
question.
I make is working with
Plans.
our partners to continue
But I
to
can't ask
drive,
that. Somebody else do.
embrace, facilitate crypto adoption and deployment. And that's extremely important. Again, crypto is a very unique asset class in that, unlike all the other traditional asset class that started from institution, flow down to your
Relaxing by
ultra
meditation,
high
you have
net
to
worth
give it a chance. You have
individual,
to
your
give it time.
corporates, high net
Give it
worth
time.
individual, to retail. Crypto started this life by being embraced by retail. And for the longest time, both the regulators as well as institutions say that, this is something that will fall away. It will not last, which is why none of the regulators are spending time and energy to understand this sector. None of the institutions, until the last 2.5 years, are spending any time on this. I mean, some of them have been calling crypto names for the longest time, if you remember. But by now, if you look at the top 100 financial institutions around the world, from the BlackRock to Fidelity to Charles Schwab, and the list goes on, right? Everyone has blockchain, Web3, crypto agenda. Everyone is rushing to push forth with new products and services to serve user demands and needs in this sector. And we are looking forward to work very closely with them to continue to bring about Web3 crypto adoption. And this is a key positive for all of us, right? Which is why I'm extremely bullish for the future. These are the 3 commitments I'm
USDC burn is
working
on the
very
website you pulled up
closely
on the 15th. Okay.
tirelessly with the rest of my team, right? And the sector will continue to evolve, but it's very, very, very important that we stay true to our roots. Our mission, our core mission, is to bring about the freedom of money, to allow every individual to realize their financial freedom, right? And the passion, the vibrancy of the community is key to see that. If I can, I want to elaborate what I see in terms of crypto in action, right? So I've traveled the world quite extensively in my job, as many of you know.
I'll be
And
honest, he's
despite the
waffling.
naysayers, despite, you have your
I mean,
traditional
just a
banks,
little bit.
your regulators to say that, look, crypto has limited purposes. I beg to differ. I see
3.9
how
billion burn
crypto
already.
changes
It's
the
1 a.m. in
life
the
of so
US. Give it
many
a few
people
hours and play
in
catch
so
up.
many different countries and so many
100%.
different regions, right? So if you look at in the first instance,
I mean, it's
in
3
many
a.m. for
parts
me in
of
the
the
US,
world,
but 1
especially
a.m.
in
for
the
some.
developing and frontier economies, financial inclusion is very low, meaning people, in sometimes only 10 to 20% of the total population of those countries have access to financial services.
Probably
And the reason
Ben.
is because financial services are so costly. It's very costly to maintain a bank account. They can't get access or the right documentations to get access to payment services. They can't do
He's
remittance
actually
without
making me
paying
sleep.
8 to
I was
10%
kind of awake.
of total amount
Not anymore.
of remittance in terms of fees, which eats into the amount that they wanted to remit to their loved ones, their families, their friends, right? And I see how crypto changes the life of all these people in all these
12
different
a.m. I'm in
communities.
Cali.
It does all these
I'm in
things
Pennsylvania,
at a
so
fraction of the
3:10.
cost, right? You can do remittance, and I think those in the crypto community, at a fraction of the cost of what traditional financial institutions charge, right? You can make payment services where you have no access to previously.
What is he getting at
And
here?
all these are changing the life of people drastically. In the
Like an
last 3
introduction
years,
type of thing?
where global economies go through hyperinflationary situation, and you have
Oop.
seen many
I'm not a
currencies
bot. I'm
devalue
just
quite
waiting here
sharply.
for Lunic burn.
People holding on to
Burn it all.
stablecoin preserve their wealth much better
Is
than
this
those
live?
holding
Yes,
on
it's
to
live.
their local fiat currency. And we see those in action, right? And all these community, all users are very grateful to us
He's
on
on a
that.
get to know me tour.
So we want to help people.
True.
Unlike, and again, these are some of the anecdotes as well as use
Just bought
cases that are
15K more
coming through,
Grok.
which are
That's great.
extremely
And
important, right? Unlike
690K
traditional
more
finance
Lunic.
that work 10 to 4 p.m.,
Fantastic.
5 days a week, crypto doesn't sleep. It works 24/7. It provides an open
Just
infrastructure
keep investing
to
in
the
Lunic
world,
and we'll keep going up over
at a
time.
fraction of the cost of what is being charged.
I mean, it's not an ETF, but yeah.
So we will continue to push ahead to build new products, new system, use cases to really increase that freedom of money which improve billions of lives around the world, right? We are tireless in that. We will continue to push ahead. We will make investments. We will work closely with partners and our
It's very
community
fantastic.
users to understand their needs, right? And my belief is it will cut across all different industry going forward. It provides a lot of solutions to problems that we see today. So those are my key priorities, Alex.
Excellent. Thanks, Richard. Very clear. And then just one final question from me before we get into the audience questions. So, obviously, seen a lot of community members asking about the fines that have been in the news recently. So, simple question: how would Binance be paying these fines, and can Binance afford the fines?
Good question.
Oh, certainly. The fine is 4.4 in excess of 4 billion. My assurance is don't worry. We are in very strong financial shape. The fundamentals of our business is very strong. We are almost profitable from day one, and we have
You're reading the
remained
live
profitable
comment?
since, right? And the
People would
fundamentals of
believe
our
that.
business is very
What?
strong, right? If you look at it, we are still by far the largest crypto exchange globally in terms of volume. Our users trust us because of consistency of action in the past 6 years, right?
I don't know what you're
In
getting at
every
here.
instance, we look out for our users, we protect them, and that consistency of action speaks volume. I would say that as part of the resolution, if you look through it, right, we were under intense scrutiny from
They already burned
US
it, 3.9 billion.
regulatory agencies, investigative agencies for the past 2 years. So they have looked at it.
3.9
We
billion.
have agreed on mistakes we make in registration, compliance issues in the past. But the US agencies do not allege that there's any misappropriation of user funds, and that's very important. So user funds are back one-to-one. Users can choose to withdraw 100% of their funds at any point in time. We take our custodial responsibility very, very seriously, and users can be assured of that. I mean, we have gone through past FUD episode where we see withdrawal, but this time around, users are extremely overwhelming positive of all this. And the outpouring of support, we have more users signing up to us now, right, than ever before.
Make sure you guys hit the like button.
166 million users globally.
Get me
right
over
now.
200 likes. I would appreciate
So
it.
those fines are not an issue. We will continue to push ahead. Our capital structure, I must say that we are debt free. Okay, our expenses are modest, and despite us charging
How do they only burn
I would say that
800
the lowest transaction
USDC
fee
tokens?
of all exchanges globally, we have robust profits and revenue. So on that front,
What
not
will
to
this do
worry,
to the
we are in strong
price?
financial shape. We are now focusing on the future.
We should
have
see the price
turned
run.
a challenging period. We
Should.
have put a very challenging period of our corporate history past us, and we are now focusing on a very bright future ahead. And please support us. Please join us in that journey. Right? I would say that fines of this magnitude are not uncommon in financial sector, right? So if you do a
This header
quick
costs
Google
5
check, you'll
BNB.
see that the amount of fines paid by financial institutions are much bigger than this, right? The cumulative fine paid by the top financial institution in terms of total fine paid is $89 billion. Okay?
Max price for
And
Luna
many
in the
financial
bull run, in your
institutions have
opinion?
paid in excess of 30 billion
Depends what the
US
burns are.
dollars. So I would say that fines are
At the
not
current
something
rate,
that is uncommon in financial institutions. But what is
1 to
important
3
is
cents.
for us to realize the mistake as other financial institutions does, overcome whatever gaps that we have, and we will emerge from this episode much stronger than the rest. Now that we have resolved this issue with the US, their attention is focused on other exchanges. We were the first exchange outside of US to introduce mandatory Know Your Customer (KYC). Many others don't. Even until today, I think some of them have recently introduced. But even until today, a lot of their KYC programs are perfunctory. Right, at best. And
This was a simple
based on
question.
our understanding, and we're
I
seeing
feel
a
like
lot
it
of
was.
literature, a lot of noises coming through. The US is turning attention to them. And we have moved past that, and we are in a much stronger position now to push ahead. We have a clear path, and that's what we are doing now. Right? Continue to
I'd be
move
happy with
ahead, support our users in what they
0.0007.
need, working with global
I mean, that would be
regulators,
great, but I
and
think it's
working
going to
with
go a lot further
partners to
than that.
support Web3. And you'll see a lot more new announcement on the partnership. We announced one yesterday, as I mentioned, in terms of tripartite agreement between the banks, ourselves, and the VIP institutions to help the banks manage their counterparty risk. And you are going to see a lot more in terms of global partnership, because now we have a clear path in terms of moving forward on many of these projects and discussion that in the past were not able to move on because of the overcast that we had.
Great. Well, thanks for addressing that. And now we can go over to the audience questions. So for those listening, we'll try and get through as many as we can in the next 30 minutes. If you'd like to ask Richard a question, then raise your hand and we'll bring you on stage. So first question will be coming from AB. AB, do you want to go ahead?
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mr. Richard. Mr. Richard, keep bending. We are with you. I will ask you this question. What about the future of GCC and Binance Card support in MENA?
The price is going up. Wait, the price going up with burn or later?
If I understand the question correctly, you're asking about our card program, right?
Looks like it may be a little bit later.
Again, things like card payments are important in terms of infrastructure, in terms of ecosystem support. We will continue to have significant and meaningful discussion with partners, right? Again, as and when we have new partnership, we will then push them out into the marketplace. But as you can appreciate, a lot of these things take time to negotiate, takes time to work with partners. But rest assured, we are on a constant lookout in terms of the needs of our community and the products and
services. Guys, do you think we will see a bullish pump this month for Terra Luna Classic? Or overall?
Okay, thanks AB for the question. So next would be Zeljko. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that.
Hello, yeah, it's no problem. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. You were talking about being user-oriented exchange. During the last year, NFT trading on Binance was counted like a spot or futures, and users wouldn't need 2FA to trade them. Like after some time, that was changed, and now 2FA is required. Before that was fixed, I got hacked for like $40,000 on Binance. And since then, I was pretty much unable to reach to anyone that would help me around that topic. I reached to police department in Serbia, and that was like never fixed here. Nobody even replied me. Like one support guy even taught me like how this is a good lesson for me to continue the crypto journey. So is there anything that you can help me around that and that I can do? Thank you.
Sorry, I can't quite.
I don't know if that's raising your hand.
Alex, were you able to decipher that question?
Yeah, so Zeljko had some issues when using NFT Marketplace, I believe.
No. Sorry, I haven't used NFT Marketplace. Somebody somehow entered my account, and via NFTs, he bought 500 NFTs, 100 NFTs from my account to his account in a range from $300 to $500.
Really being worked on,
and pretty much on that way he transferred for $40,000 from my account.
Hope Luna
and when
goes
I reached out to support,
50% of a penny.
They told me that the money is already out of exchange, and that happened 1 year ago, and that nobody can help me with that. So now that's changed, and now people can actually. Now you need 2FA to do that. So pretty much due to that exploit, I lost pretty much all my funds, and I was unable to reach to anyone until now, pretty much.
So if I understand you correctly, you are saying that there's a security breach in terms of your account, right? And you can't quite.
Why is there a personal question, not general questions?
If you can give the details and coordinates.
Just based on who comes up, I guess.
I think let us look at that issue.
Yeah, so Zeljko, very sorry to hear that. We'll DM you from the Binance account after this space and help follow up on your case.
Okay, thank you a lot.
Thanks, take care. So then next question would be from Ken.
Hi, thanks, Alex. Hi, Richard. I'm Ken from Singapore. So actually, I have two quick and short questions. If you can just answer them, you can just answer one. It's all fine. So my first question would be: is there any plan to resume Binance SG? If yes, when? If no, why? So, and the next question will be, what's your view on shit posting? Because I've noticed like that you are quite a businessman with very formal, like very serious always with your
I'm
posts
sorry
and
for
the
him,
way
but the
you
CEO
talk.
will not
So,
give.
what's your view on like shit posting? Yeah.
All right. So I think the first one, I think on Singapore, I mean, I'm a fellow Singaporean, as you know. So we are always in conversation with regulators on our deployment. I wouldn't just sort of identify one country in which we want to do deployment, because we do global deployment, as you know, right? And we keep all the options open. We keep having those conversations where it is meaningful for us, especially from a commercial angle, and we need a proper commercial angle to be in any particular place. We will do so, and then we will engage the regulators in a very deep
Matt
fashion,
asking him
and
more
local
about Lunit. Keep the
stakeholders,
topic hot.
including our local
Yeah, I definitely
users,
will.
our
As
local
long as I
partners,
can
to
get up
see
there.
how we can make sense in a local
I am
landscape and
jittery right now
community.
because I have
So
Prime.
those are things that we continue to
So
do.
I have like
wouldn't
a
just comment on one
Prime Energy. I'm very, very jittery
because you
right
asked me
now.
about
I
Singapore
don't know
and
why
before
I'm so
asking
jittery.
me
I'm
about other
I
jurisdiction.
drank like
I can't go
17
on
cups
that
of
one.
coffee or something.
But rest assured that we continue to evaluate where we are where we are deploying. Yeah, and you said that I'm formal in my communication. I am, yes and no. I do think that certain things do require certain seriousness in terms of level of communication, because you're talking about serious matters, especially on matters relating to protection of users, for example, security
Say,
of
calm
users
down,
when you're
bro.
talking
I'm
to
ready to go.
regulators.
I'm amped up.
So
Let's go.
I
Let's do it.
adopt slightly different mode of communication.
Let's get it done.
For different
And I'm
channels, right?
cold.
There'll be very informal channels of communication as well. So I think do keep those posting. Do keep those things coming.
Oh my God, he's talking about.
Cool. All right. Thanks, Ken,
else.
for the 2 quick questions. Next would be Crypto Omo.
Yeah, good morning. Happy new month to everyone. Congratulations on your new CEO. I just want to ask 2 questions. The first question is, what is the plans for the African community, most especially for my region, the
Matt, you
Nigerian
should switch
community? We are
to
very strong base.
C4 energy
And
drinks.
also, what is
Skittle
your
flavor.
plans for UK? Because based on the the regular restrictions and everything, we've been having issues directly dealing with Binance directly, and also the Binance Square is still not able to be accessed in the UK. So that is a little bit of worried. I would love to know about what are your plans towards that. Thank you so much.
Sure. So, firstly, on the African
I'm all
community,
over the
Africa
place right
is a
now.
very important market, as you know. It is a fast-growing market,
Get me up there,
especially in
bro.
the payment space. Africa is very big on that front, right? So we are deploying there. We have a team just dedicated looking at how do we support local users, local community, where it makes sense for us to do so. And we will continue to press ahead, understanding the local needs, understanding what you need in terms of product
What would
and
be a
services,
good question
and push
to
it on
ask
that front,
him
right? On
in
UK,
terms of Lunit?
again, the Financial
Well,
Promotion
I have a
Act
two-part
came into
question,
play. There are certain things that we are doing over there.
which seems like
And
that's
as and
usually the
when
case
those
with
things are
everybody.
being done, we will make those
I
announcements in terms
want
of
to
how we
know the
can
plans to
support
continue
our
these
UK
burns through
users.
2024, if that
Hopefully
is
that will
something
answer your
that's
questions that you have.
that he's deciding to
But do
do.
reach out to.
Okay.
I'm sure you are part of our local
And then
community as
also,
well in
are there
Africa.
any
So
plans
do
to
reach out
support
to
it
us.
further?
We
An example
hold
would be
meetups,
like
we
increase
hold super meetups, we hold
the
all those sessions.
percentage of
That's
fees
our
to
way
back
of
to
really
100%.
engaging the community. So please, be engaged. Please support. Please let us know the areas, things that you want to see, products and services that you need to see to support you better. And that will help us as well, right? In terms of our own developmental agenda.
Perfect. Thanks, Crypto Omo, for the 2 quick questions again. So then next is KM Krypton.
So GM everyone, GM Binance, GM Richard. So my question goes this way. There was a time, although when I was trying to access the Binance Web3 wallet. So I tried adding
Ask him
the
about
contract
Philippines
address, but
government banking,
it kept on like
Binance
saying this
in the
contract
country.
doesn't
We were
exist.
given 90
So I
days.
know being it a new
I mean, you can
product,
ask that
like I
question, but
think
I'm not going to
more
waste it on a
the
non-Lunit
more
question.
effort should be
I
put
apologize if
into
that doesn't
creating
help you out, but
the Web3 wallet. And also, I checked in the comments, someone requested that if Richard could take a fourth photo, that is the fourth photo. So this is just my question. Thank you.
GM everyone, in the first instance, I'm trying to figure out, you are trying to ask about Web3 wallet, right?
Yeah, the Web3 wallet, because I tried adding the contract address of a project token, but it didn't go through. So that's my own question.
What the fuck is this?
Okay. I do think that where
This
there are
is
some of these
the
specific
CEO,
questions,
not
I mean,
customer
offhand,
service.
I can't say in your specific instance what happened.
Yeah,
I think it might be easier
confusing
to give
the
us the
CEO with
details after
Binance
this
support.
so that we can understand a deep dive a bit more and come back to you. I think that's going to be much better because we are not quite sure what's the problem that you encountered. In the first instance, I'm not quite sure whether you reach out to our CS, customer service agent, CS agent. They'll be a great help. But if you can't, then, feel free to drop us a note. We will look at your specific circumstances and what exactly happened.
Exactly. Yeah, Krypton, we'll get in touch with you separately. But we appreciate you testing out the Web3 wallet. It is
Customer
very much
service
a
is a
new
common thing
product,
to see on
and we
AMAs.
invite
It's
everyone
like, why
in the
raise your
space
hand for
to
customer
give it a
service
try.
questions?
Let us know any thoughts, feedback, product suggestions, and so on, because we're trying to make it the best it can be, and we're very aware that it is a new product at the moment. So please don't hesitate to share your suggestions with us. And Richard, the second part of his question.
Hang on a second. So as Alex has said, right, in terms of Web3 wallet is a new product, right? So please continue to give us feedbacks, inputs, etc. What can we improve better? But don't stop at our Web3 wallet. Look at our products and services. Look at the offerings. Were there any areas of improvement that you think you need to
So
see
cold
that we can do?
and
Do
tired.
keep those product feedback coming because they are important to us. We will continue to enhance our products to meet your needs, right? So while Web3 wallets are in the first instance, but also keep a lookout on what are the other product features that you want to see, new products, etc., that you want us to focus on. And those are extremely important for us. Sorry, Alex, back to you.
Yeah, no problem. The second part of his question was, can you take a 4 photo?
Take a 4 photo.
Yeah, so
certainly we will try it after that.
Take a selfie?
Cool. All right, so then the next speaker or question asker is Cam. Cam, do you want to go ahead?
Hey, good morning, Alex and Richard. It's a really nice conversation so far. Richard, you mentioned something earlier about, obviously, it's no surprise to anybody who's been in the world of crypto recently that Binance has been under intense scrutiny by the US. Given the recent events, will there be, and I appreciate if you can't answer this question, will there be like a heavier security around listing of projects Binance and a review of listed projects as far as going forward and certain assets being delisted?
So I think I would split my answer into 2 parts, right? So the issues that we have in the US, and these are historical issues, these are past issues, let me stress that, relating to issues relating to things like registration, compliance, and sanctions, right? So these are historical issues. We are admitted to that. We have invested very heavily in the past 2 years in terms of beefing up our own compliance program. And you can see that in terms of our compliance team, compliance program now, we are in a very, very good space. We have recruited a leadership team from ex-regulatory agency, leadership team from traditional finance that know some of how all these regulators think and should function, right? So now we have all those, and we'll continue to push ahead with investments on the compliance front to be a user-led organization that close all the compliance gap and meet all the global compliance standard to build a very sustainable organization that not only prosper for
So
the
are
last 6
burns
years,
happening right
but
now?
continue to
So
grow
there's
from
been
strength to strength for the next
3.9 billion that has been burned off for
so
Terra
I
Classic at
wanted
the
to
moment.
stress on that front. In terms of listings, that's a great question. I've been asked listing in my job all the time. Listing itself, for us, is something that we take with a lot of seriousness, right? So if you look at our listing standards, it is very high compared to many other exchanges because we are
Suck it up.
there
It's
to
game
try to
time.
protect our users. Right? We will list serious-minded
Why
projects.
can't I get up there, man?
We look at, there are few parameters that we look at: use cases, community engagement, how are they building for the future, etc., etc. Those things will not change. Our fundamental approach to listings is we
3.9
want to work with
million? No,
exciting new
3.9
partners.
billion
We
for
want to work with exciting
November.
projects that really
Not
support the
not
community
million,
in terms of
billion.
usage, if there are use cases, etc. So we look at different parameters, and that will not change, right? And we adopt that approach because we don't want people to just take listing as an end in itself. A lot of this, they pump the price, they are happy, the project owners are happy, and then they move away, which is challenging for users and our communities and investors, right? Because if you don't continue to invest, if you don't continue to build on those projects, right, everybody is worse off, which is why we require deep commitment from project owners, from sponsors, in terms of project that we list. And our post-listing team actually does a lot of work with all these
Last
projects
time
to
after
make sure that
it burned
the
so
different
much,
projects continue to build
it
exciting
moved
things,
really high.
continue in terms of pathing their journey ahead.
I mean, and this is
And
going to be
that's
4
not
billion
only
that you burned off.
protecting user interest, it's
4
really trying
billion.
to enrich the entire experience as well.
There's going to be
enrich the
plenty of videos
ecosystem.
created by it. I'm going to
Hopefully I
create a
answered your
video
question
on that specifically.
Perfect. Thanks, Cam, for the question, and congratulations, Richard. I think that's the first time publicly you've been asked about listings at Binance. Long may it continue. So then next, we've got Adrian. Adrian, go ahead.
Hey, man. Good to see you, everybody. I just woke up, so excuse my slow brain. Congratulations, Richard.
Me too.
This is
You,
you
I
also
just woke up too.
Oh man, that's pretty crazy. Congratulations on your new role. I mean, this is such a challenge. To steer such a gigantic ship that Binance is. Luckily, you've got excellent people around you, like this great gentleman running this spaces here as well. So I'm pretty curious myself, right? Because while I was speaking at Binance Blockchain Week, that was the main message for kind of like onboarding the next billion, right? Is that something, Richard, that you subscribe yourself to in terms of committing what CZ did, that I spoke with him so many times about it, and just continuing his journey, or you try to pivot it into some other angle to realize more of your approach and more of your vision for
Can't say that.
Binance?
Well, I think that's an excellent question. So let me hit straight to that.
Continue his vision, continue his journey
assume this
when
role because of CZ's confidence and trust and our leadership confidence
you don't know
and
what's
trust
happening
for
there.
me to bring the franchise, a very important franchise, into the next chapter, right? Again, if you didn't join us earlier, our mantra is the same. Our mantra is really to support the freedom of money. We will continue to be a user-led, very user-focused organization because users are at the heart of what we do. Without your support, okay, our platform means nothing, right? And that user trust, confidence, and support has now translated into 166 million users and is continuing to grow by the day. Users have confidence in what we do. And I'm really looking forward to continue to push that figure and supporting the next billion of users into crypto. And we'll see it sooner rather than later. My own view. I mean, if you look at the pace of adoption in crypto in the next 5 years, it's going to be much faster than the last 5 years. So we're going to reach that figure hopefully much sooner than
Matt, there's a
all we
request
think will
speak
come
button.
about.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm
I've
very
already
committed to
requested to
that
speak.
mission, that agenda, that vision,
So
and it's
request
continue to
sent.
build on a great company.
Already have
I
a
have
request,
a great core team,
but I
with
keep
me.
raising my hand as we have different
a very strong
requests.
foundation. We're starting
So I've already
from a
requested.
different position today compared to 6 years ago when CZ first started the company. But on the other hand, you also have to remember 6 years ago,
Yeah, I mean, if you get there, I'm listening to
totally
hear if you ask for it, and then I can kind of
dealing with
pivot off of that if I get up there and ask a
group
question.
of stakeholders now, right? Or emerging group of stakeholders.
Too
6
many
years ago,
useless
you
questions.
do not have regulators. 6 years
I
ago,
mean,
the institutions are not
it's useless
embracing this
to us, but may not
Today,
be useless to everybody. But customer service questions don't make sense.
are starting to
Raise both
regulate this
hands.
space quite
I don't think I could do
in
that.
many instances in Europe. You have the introduction of MiCA standards.
I'll send Richard a
institutions
message.
are investing in this space, right? So the opportunities today are totally different. And the challenges today are very different from 6 years ago. So in some areas, we have to pivot, we have to build to make sure that we are sustainable and we continue to build for the future while we remain user focused, right? And that is what I'm focusing on, to make sure the company remains strong, robust.
JD, I feel like that's a good question, but also will give you a long answer.
Continue to make sure we make the right investments
And most
into all the other
likely
areas to make sure that
won't
we
give us what we
remain
really want to hear within the Terra
a
Luna
strong
Classic
company,
community.
a leading company within the ecosystem. And we want to build the entire ecosystem, as I mentioned earlier, right? Today, crypto adoption is 5% around the world. If through all our efforts,
His responses
we
are
raise
long,
that
you're
to
right.
10%, everybody is better off. If you manage to raise that to 20%, everyone is very, very much better than what you will be today, right? And the
Everyone
rising
is very,
tide
very much better.
will float all boats, and we will become much stronger.
Great. Well, thanks again, Adrian, for the question. So next will be Chloe. Okay, Chloe. We'll try and come back to Chloe next. Let's move then to Crypto King.
Jeez, they just move on so quick.
No one wants to ask you a question now, Richard. Elja, are you there? Let's go ahead.
Hi. Hello.
Oh yeah, Crypto King, please.
Yeah. Hi, Richard. Good morning. Sorry, I was muted. Wish you a good luck for the new role. From December, I have one question. From December 20, Binance card service will be closed on Europe. Is there any new service will become as a replacement very soon?
Yes, we are talking to multiple partners at this point in time, right? Again, there are different stages of the negotiation, and
Crypto
we hope
King.
to introduce new products and
There's
services.
so many Crypto Kings,
And
right?
as and when we do, we will of course be the first to introduce and inform our community on that. Right?
What did he ask?
So watch this space.
Okay. Second chance, Chloe, you there? No problem. Then let's wrap this space up with Elja as the last question.
What?
Yes, hello, Richard. Actually, I just saw the space and I wasn't listening to what happened before, but I want to ask a question basically in terms of Binance Labs and Binance.
Come on,
Is
man.
there
This
any
is a
way to
30-minute AMA.
empower the community to
That's
make
why I
a
only
small
listen to Matt
vote
Perry
in
on
proposing
live
projects
or
to
AMA
Binance
because
Labs?
Matt reads all my comments.
I'm telling you my opinion. I've
Somewhat.
been with Binance many years.
I try.
And at the end, we need to empower project as well, building in other chains. And sometimes we need to highlight this to them. And the community are building a big role. It doesn't mean their vote will pass. It means their vote will be listened to. And that's something to make.
Like, you
What
got
is
a
Binance?
freaking
Binance is a
long
community.
customer service
And we want to
question.
keep that in the right way, in my opinion.
Sure. I think that's certainly a very interesting idea. Let us take it in-house and evaluate the idea, including the opportunities, the
Come on,
upside
just
of how
make me
we
a
can
speaker.
continue
Let
to
me
use that
ask
as
a
a tool
question.
to
Just
engage
one
our
question.
community much further, but also whether there are any other risks that we have to manage. But it's an excellent idea, and keep those great ideas coming, right, on
It's
areas
closing
that
on
you
4
want to
a.m.
see.
for me.
We
Gotta go to
can't
work.
promise that we will introduce
I appreciate
all of
you
them.
being
What
here.
we will promise, and that's our promise to
We
you,
gotta head
is
to
we
bed,
will evaluate
unfortunately.
all
No,
those
I
to see
understand.
whether we can push them out now.
Totally
If
understand.
now's not the right time to do it because of certain issues, then we will continue to evaluate them and keep them under evaluation and see whether there's a right future time to push some of these things out. But keep those ideas coming.
All right, Richard. So your first live AMA as CEO coming to an end. Any closing words you want to leave with the 2,000 people listening?
No, understand. I was one of the first
again,
people that were in here and raised my hand right away.
Thank you for the overwhelming response, overwhelming support that all of you have given us.
I never get
the
through.
Community, you are the most important to us, right? So please continue to support us in the different areas, right? Being our users, giving all these feedbacks, areas that we need to do much better. But you are at the heart of everything that we do, right? So please do remember that we are here because of you.
It's
and
rigged.
we want to
Maybe
continue
justice
to
for
grow
Matt
together.
Perry. Hashtag.
We want to continue to
Hashtag
build
justice
the
for Matt
ecosystem
Perry.
together to continue to build it from strength to strength and make everybody much better or stronger. We are here to support the freedom of money, and hopefully can support each and every
It's rigged.
one
It's
of you
rigged.
to realize your own
It's not
financial
what you
freedom.
know.
Right?
It's what you.
So
It's what
those
you
are very
know.
important to us.
It's who
Thank
you
you
know.
once again. We are
True.
very grateful for 166 million users around the world for their trust, confidence, and you are a
Justice
critical
for
part
Matt
of it.
Perry.
So thank you once again, GM everybody. Have a good day ahead.
Perfect. Well, thanks, Richard, for taking the time. For all of you listening, appreciate you joining, especially if it's early for you. We'll do these somewhat regularly as we used to, so please stay tuned for the next one. Apologies if we didn't get to your question, but there's going to be many more chances. So yeah, hope to see you at the next one. Enjoy your Friday. Have a great weekend, and thanks again, Richard.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good weekend ahead. Thanks, Alex.
Man. Honestly, that wasn't really that great. It wasn't great at all, and the reason why it wasn't great was because of the fact that you had multiple questions in there which should have been like kind of pushed to the side. Yeah, we need a longer AMA, and I understand you have, he has different responsibilities, things that he needs to do, just like CZ, where they need to answer it very quickly. Like, this is what we do, this is what happens, boom, on to the next question. They make people answer very quick or ask the question very quickly, but they don't, make people or make the CEO, answer it quickly. He'll do it and ramble on about the fact that, Binance is strong when they asked, why they can't get their money out of Binance. And that's honestly not a question that you should be asking the CEO. You should be asking the CEO, what's the future for Binance, things of that nature, not necessarily, how do I reset my cookies, like on my computer. Like, that's basically what they're doing. They're asking IT questions, and they're like, well, this mouse that I have, it's just not working for my computer. Is there any way that you could fix it? And then the CEO goes on about trying to fix a mouse and how Binance's financials are strong. And it's like, first of all, you answered the question within 2 seconds, but then you go on and talk about something completely different. Let's get this going, right? Maybe the CEO was using Chat GPT to answer the questions. Possibly. You never know. They should ask about certain coins. Yeah, I mean, yes and no. Things that are happening, different announcements, stuff like that. But anything that's like an IT or support question should just be looked over. It should be like, all right, we'll circle back to you. But that's not a question that should be answered at this moment. We'll circle back to you with Binance support. Simple as that. Very simple. I don't know if someone's upstairs or if the house is just settling. I don't think the house is settling, but it sounds like somebody's upstairs. Do I have a cat upstairs? I think the cat's upstairs. Somebody's up there. It might be Erica. But it's 3:40 a.m. Why would she be awake at 3:40? Checking on me, maybe? Make sure I'm okay. Both Harper and Hayden are sleeping. CZ is here after losing his job. Like, he's in McDonald's. But anyways, let's see what's happening with Terra Luna Classic. So it looks like right now it is 4 a.m. and it looks like it is bouncing a little bit. After seeing this larger dive that happened here, buying Lunic on the other computer, I hope not. But after seeing Lunic dive a little bit, now you're seeing it kind of push up. It's currently 3:45 a.m. at the moment. And I guess we're starting to see people that are getting on that are going to talk about or look at Terra Luna Classic. I don't know if I'll continue on for the rest of this morning, all the way until 7 o'clock. I'm not sure. I'm kind of tired because I got 2 hours of sleep, if that, honestly. It might have even only been like 45 minutes. But now I'm like awake, very jittery because of the energy drink. Bro, you're up early. Dang, we were just listening to the AMA. Matt, too sad to wait. Matt, too sad to the Philippines because government shutting down Binance. Government shutting down Binance for the Philippines. That sucks. Get a C4 energy drink. Eh, I stick to Prime. It seems to work the best for me. I've had other energy drinks to where it just doesn't seem to work. Appreciate you trying to ask a question. Yeah, I appreciate it as well. I wish I could have actually asked a question. I wish. I wish. What would you have said? So my questions were to bring up one kind of a congratulations on their Terra Luna Classic burn. I'm not sure if he's aware of the 3.9 billion burn that they did this morning, but you did burn off Terra Luna Classic this morning. And just to have that two-part question, I would say, do you have plans to continue this through 2024? And see those burns flourish through the bull market. And my second part of that question, do you have any ways to support it further? An example would be increasing the fees or the percentage of fees to 100% from 50%, like it was months prior. So just to be able to talk about that, and that would have been my two questions, my two-part question. And then also, I would love to hear about CRO and if they have any plans of listing CRO in the future or not. You think this is the last burn for Lunic from Binance? I don't think so. I think if we do have a last burn, it will be December. So it would be for December in January, and then that will be the last burn that they end up doing. If they ended up doing that. Now, would it continue or should it continue? I think it should, right? CZ established what he established, and you want to be able to live with that. So you should sleep. Not much happening right now. I mean, we just had a 3.9 billion burn that happened. Is this thing live? Yes, it is live. Do you think having a new CEO of Binance was a good idea? Yeah, you always want to have somebody that's leading the company. Absolutely. Is the XRP lawsuit ending today, you think? I know off topic, but always love your content. Well, thank you for saying that. Do I think it's ending today? I can't say that it is. It's not really a significant date. Yesterday, I believe, was a significant date, but no, not super significant, but I believe they had a closed door meeting. So probably something to follow where you might see talks or at least conversations of a settlement. But then again, we don't know how close we are on that. So I would say no, that we're not going to see, the end of that today. But we might have some more news related to it. Luna to Mars and beyond. Would love to see that. I'm just waiting for Jasmine Coin to explode. So am I. I'm waiting for a lot of things to explode. If you haven't seen my portfolio, if you're just getting in here, first of all, thank you to the 203 people that are sitting here with me and the 6 people that are watching over on Rumble. I appreciate you guys, as well as the 11 people that are over on X. Take a deep breath. Your body is having a serious adrenaline rush. I'm ready to go. I've been ready to go. He said anything about continuing the burns to next month. He didn't say that. But we did already see a burn for this month, which is great, but we don't know if we're going to continue it for next month. So it's kind of uncertain. I would have liked to have gotten some clarity, but we didn't get that clarity. So anyways, make sure you guys hit that like button. As we see here, if we look at my Kraken portfolio, My Kraken portfolio sits at a value of $929. So from a value of $517 to $529, or sorry, $929 is fantastic. Gotta get that air off me because it looks like the camera shut down. So maybe that's my cue to get off of here. I might have to bring my other camera back. I might have to bring my other camera back now because this camera doesn't seem to last that long. I like the quality of this camera, but this camera doesn't seem to last long at all. Gaming will be big money for the bull run. I agree. Reflection tokens will be the biggest in the bull run. I don't know about that. I mean, gaining something, I think reflections were huge for more of a bear market, because if you're receiving something in the bear market, you're receiving a little bit extra, giving you hope to being able to build up to what you can gain in the long term. But as the prices go up, you're going to gain less and less in reflections. Um, I'm gonna have to check something out. Have you a Telegram group? I don't have a Telegram group. No. 3.9 billion. Yes, 3.9 billion has been burned. Good talking with you, Matt. Happy holidays, brother. Yeah, to you as well. We got 170 people here, guys. Make sure you hit the like button. I don't know if we're over 200 likes, but we should be at this point. You know, with how many people we've had come through here, we're currently sitting at 174 likes. If you haven't had a chance to hit the like button, please do so. Get me to 200 likes. I feel like I should already be there with where we were. We were at like 250 people, that concurrent viewers that were here. The highest point was 235 people is what the highest point was. I'm with you, Matt. I'm going to sleep. Yeah, I probably need to get like a little bit of sleep, maybe like 2 hours. I would like to hop back on here at like 7. So let me hop off here right now, and I'll hop back on here at like 7, and we'll go from like 7 o'clock to maybe like 8 or 9 or something. I do want to find a time to buy some cryptocurrency, or not cryptocurrency. I want to find some time to add some more money to my Robinhood portfolio, my dividend portfolio. But I don't know if that will happen today or that might happen next week. So we will see how funds are looking in certain bank accounts and certain passive income places. It's a business with crypto, with reflections. It's all about how early you get in and selling to the buyers. Simple math. Reflections are set to the off this bull run on earn. So it all depends on what type of reflections you gain, right? Reflections that come from a contract address end up diluting the position, and that's not a good thing in my opinion. But reflections that come from maybe standard transactions, so maybe it's a certain small fee and you get a really, really small reflection, that might be a bigger deal because you don't have the dilution that happens within it, but you do have a little bit of a tax with it, which means that exchanges can't really honor that reflection. So many haters for Lunik, Matt. I hope they get shocked when it rises. I don't understand how these people say it's dead. It's not flatlined yet. Even if it was, it still wouldn't mean that it was dead. A lot of people just don't understand, and they just want to stick with the coins that they have. And I mean, it's okay. Those people that are, kind of have that tunnel vision and only look at a certain thing, like, I mean, that's okay. That's what people do sometimes. But I'm not that type of person, right? I understand there are opportunities in everything. Even if you decided, and I said this before, I said, well before, I said FTX definitely, even though it's still like the exchange is dead at the moment, bankrupt and all of this, we could still see value in FTX token. And what happened in FTX token once you had any type of news, it jumps up hundreds of percent. Like, that's the type of stuff that people don't understand, but they stay with that tunnel vision and they ignore all the possibilities because they just want to stick with Bitcoin or Ethereum when there's so many other things that are in the market. You see it anywhere close to 1 cent this bull run for Lunic. I do. I see it between 1 and 3 cents, honestly. I think the AMA with the CEO of Binance, I listened to the AMA of the CEO of Binance, nobody of Luna community in it to ask a question. I mean, I was there and I was waiting to ask a question. Deflationary 2%. Well, yeah, especially since majority of people that are, that really want to see Lunic thrive are probably more in the US and are not awake even at this moment, let alone at 3 a.m. I was there waiting. Yeah, there are some people that were there waiting. I mean, Peter, isn't it like 4, maybe I'm getting wires crossed, but isn't it like 4 or 5 p.m.? If Lunic was dead, there won't be any burns or any money circulating. The fact that people are still buying and accumulating speaks volumes. Yeah, I mean, the volume speaks volume. You could see $100 million that's going through Terra Luna Classic. Is it dead? No. You saw $600 million that was going through this at one point. Is it dead? No, it's not. I believe Luna can go above 10 cents in the next bull run. If we see the burns create a massive impact, absolutely. And I'm all for it, right? Like I said, I'm not looking, I would love to become a Lunic millionaire and make millions of dollars from Lunic, but honestly, that's not even, that's not everything that I want. So anyways, let me get out of here. We'll jump back on here maybe somewhere around, I don't know, 6:30. I'm going to set up the live stream and everything, and we'll probably jump back on here. Or I do have a busy day, but I think I can jump back on here from like 6:30 till maybe like 9:30 or something and go for like 3 hours or so. But I'm going to go just take a nap right behind me and wake up in a little bit, but I'm going to set the stage for what I will be doing. So guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys for joining me this early or late or whatever time period it is for you. Also, if you guys want to follow me on Rumble, make sure you follow me on Rumble. But I'm going to get out of here and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.